Welcome to the Being Curious Show. I'm Brian Mariani, founder of No Shift Own.
And I'm Kelly Wagner, publisher of Edge Magazine. Our show is about curiously connecting teachers and seekers on a wide range of topics in a safe space. Few topics will be off limits, and we have some amazing guests to share with you.
Our intention is that our conversations will spark your own curiosity to create a life that lights you up and inspires you to be kind, thoughtful, open-minded to yourself and others.
So, Brian, what are you curious about today?
Well, here we go, Kelly. Here's our show today. I'm excited. I'm curious. And, we've been kind of having this new element of our show where I ask you a question before we get into, the show with our very awesome special guest. So, again, I'm going to stick with the Halloween theme.
Ooh.
Because you're someone who, is totally in tune with not just the physical world, but other worlds.
Brian, I'm distracted. I see myself in the window. I see myself behind. There's all this new technology going on. We're going to have, the room's going to be doused. Sorry, happy Halloween.
So I'm looking at you, and behind you is you.
I know.
On your left shoulder is you, and on your right shoulder is me.
It's crazy.
I feel like I'm you. I
always see two chins rather than three. It's really nice.
You're usually the one that sees stuff over my shoulders, and now I'm seeing stuff over your shoulders.
I'm rubbing off on you, sir.
You are. So what's going on in your world this week? It's a Tuesday, so
Yep.
we're not that far into the week. How are things for you?
Nope, I eat my apple, so I'm really proud of myself. You told me that keeps the doctor away, which is
right.
Awesome. No offense to doctors in any way, but no need to come see you if I don't have to. Right? Are you going to dress up for Halloween?
So we're just starting to explore ideas, my girlfriend and I.
Are you guys going to do a couples?
We're going to do a couples thing. Yep.
I heard that Taylor Swift and the guy that she's dating from the Kansas City Chiefs is the number one Halloween costume for couples.
So here's the thing. My girlfriend might be the biggest Taylor Swift fan on planet Earth.
How did I dial in on that?
Yeah. We went to the show in Foxborough where the Patriots play. It was amazing. Best thing I've ever seen in my life. And
so Taylor brings it?
I think every moment. And we went to the show that she had in the rain. So it was a legendary show. It'll stand the test of time.
I just saw Peter Gabriel, by the way.
Pardon?
I just saw Peter Gabriel.
Oh, Peter Gabriel. I feel like I should know who that is.
You don't know who Peter Gabriel is? Oh, you're young.
A little
Okay,
bit.
Google it.
Peter
Gabriel. Shake the Monkey, In Your Eyes. I mean, I was like, okay, so every girl in the whole...
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the song? In Your Eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then Red Rain. I mean, so... I'm there, and he closed it with In Your Eyes. And so, for any girl that was in the 80s or even the 90s, and
I think we just captured me singing on the radio.
You did. And you actually did it.
We have to edit that out.
No, we can't. No. So
okay, let's get to our guest before I sing anymore.
Perfect.
And we go on. So who do we have with us today?
We have Annette Rugolo. Annette, welcome.
Thank you, Kelly. So excited to be here.
Okay, you guys, this is going to be an interactive experience today. You'll notice that we have the wall camera on to the show that we normally don't have on, and we were going to turn it off, but we didn't want to tempt fate. So we have that, so we're having a different experience today. Annette is a environmental healer, soul coach, teacher, and author. But she also does dowsing. So what we're going to do is we're going to tap into that a little bit. And then segment 2, she's actually going to douse the studio. So this is really going to be a fun one for everybody. And I'm really excited about it. Okay, Brian, what questions do you have?
Well, Kelly, in your world, dowsing is something that you probably say at least once a day. For us...
Who doesn't?
For us lay people, and that I'll steer this towards you. What is dowsing?
I have a very simple definition for dowsing. It is a technique that allows you to tap into the quantum field. You can ask questions. It can be dowsing. Some people use dowsing rods, a pendulum, even muscle testing. There's something called body dowsing. So people can just check in with their dowsing. But it's a technique that helps you. I use it for tapping into the energy of a space. Other people use it for checking supplements, kind of tuning into energy of maybe where they need to travel or who they need to see for therapists. It can be used in a myriad of ways, but it's basically a technique that's used to tap into the energy field. You can ask questions and get responses, but you need to be very aligned and clear as you ask these questions, right?
Are you going to show us how to get aligned and clear?
No.
Okay. Is that an old standalone show?
That's a whole nother class.
So, Annette, what I started to gather from that explanation is that someone like you, I could ask someone like you to douse maybe a new apartment that I was moving into or a house that I was like, what kind of practical ways would I use this, or would someone in the audience use this?
Yes, anytime, you don't even have to move into a new space. I douse a lot for people that are already living in their space. And there's a combination of space clearing. So every emotion we have, every thought we have creates an energy, and that energy collects in a space. So if there's a lot of grief, a lot of anger, a lot of fear, all of that energy collects. So one of the first things I do is space clear the space. You have to get rid of, it's like energetic fog, right? And then let's talk about actually the environmental law of attraction. We'll go there next. But
did you just go into my head and grab my question?
I did.
You did. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
So it's an understanding, and this is where a lot of people are coming to right now. They're doing a lot of their inner work. There's a lot of expansion happening, and all of a sudden they feel the energy of their space isn't supporting them. They're being aware of something in their space. They don't know what it is, but it's like something is stopping me. Something is holding me back. And that's where people call me. It's like, I think there's something in my space. Sometimes it's spirits. Sometimes it's energy forms, different things. And it's like something doesn't feel right. And it's called the environmental law of attraction. So we actually have 3 levels of the law of attraction. There's a spiritual level where we expand our soul, we align and connect with our soul purpose. There's a human law of attraction that all of our emotions, our actions, our thoughts create its own law of attraction. And this is where people are really starting to tap into. There's an environmental law of attraction that says the energy of the land, the house, everything is energy. And all of this work that they're doing on these other 2 levels, all of a sudden they understand or they tap into, there's some energy in my house that doesn't feel good. And this is where they call me, I come in, and I know what to look for. And as I douse, the dowsing is the technique. I use the dowsing rods, but there are cures that I place to neutralize and uplift the energy of the space.
How do dowsing and feng shui play in the sandbox together?
It's all environmental. So dowsing, I like dowsing. It's actually foundational. So my best friend is Marie Diamond, feng shui master. Before she brought the dowsing in. She would go into people's homes, and when she was teaching feng shui, one of her students would go in, and based on feng shui, there's good directions, and they would put people in their good direction, and it turned out to be a negative vortex. It was not energetically supporting them. So there was energy of the earth that conflicted with the energy of feng shui. So I look at dowsing is...
Now, why does that happen?
Why does what happen?
The conflict.
Well, it's different sources.
Got it.
So feng shui is the flow. You're working with elementals or elements. You're working with the flow and the colors, and some people work with bagwas. So a bagua could have your success direction in it or health direction, and you're activating that or sitting in that direction, but you might be sitting in geopathic stress or a negative vortex.
So it just whoop, it even amplifies it even more.
Well, it pulls it down. It doesn't work.
Oh.
Like it stops the feng shui from working,
Got it.
basically. It interferes. Okay? So when you do it together, it expands everything you do on the feng shui level.
Did you get that, Brian?
Does that help?
It's downloading.
Okay.
I know it's a new concept for a lot of people, but it's so important. So one of the things I always like to tell people, have always been places on this planet that have been high vibrational places. So if you look at Sedona, Stonehenge, Avebury, you can go to mountaintops. People I know over the last 20 years since I've been doing this, they go to these places and they're just like uplifted and expanded and feel this vibrant energy. And then they come home to their homes, their houses, and it's like the shutters close. Everything shuts down. So there's always been places on this planet that people have gone to uplift their vibration. And because so many people are evolving, expanding their light right now, this is where the dowsing is really important. Because as we continue, I don't want to go somewhere all the time to be in this uplifting energy. I want that energy in my own home. So I create what's called Delta homes. So it brings you into a delta brainwave. Okay? So everything is energy, and we can uplift the energy of our spaces to support everything we're doing on a human level, a spiritual level. This is the foundational piece.
Give us a little bit, because we only have 3 minutes left before this segment is wrapped.
Okay.
How did you get into this?
It was amazing. So I met Marie Diamond in 2001 through an Inner Diamond program that she created. Started teaching that. 2005, I'm living in Fargo, North Dakota at this time.
Woohoo, Fargo!
I know. And she comes to Fargo and teaches her first dowsing class there. And it's something she needed to bring forward because of everything she saw for feng shui and everything else. I took her first dowsing class. It changed my life because I'm one of these people that I walk into a room and I can feel energy. And I walk into a room and it's like, is it my energy? Is it the room's energy? Where's this energy coming from? I always thought it was mine. So I would walk into a room and know if there was a fight that had happened. I could feel that emotional energy. And it was like, what is this? And what do I do with it? So in this class, I learned how to clear out all the negative energy. I learned how to clear out spirits. I learned the energy, the different sources of energy that create lower vibrational energy in our homes. And I learned how to cure it and raise that vibration.
kind of sounds magical, Brian. What do you think?
Yeah, it's very interesting. I'm going to save a question for our next segment, but I'll just share briefly because I think it's a timely one around this Halloween season. But it's a very interesting way of looking at things, and I just love how you had a sense for yourself around, okay, I can feel things, I can sense things. I walk into a room, it's maybe I don't even have a clear understanding of what it is, but there was something curious in you that led you down this path to obviously now becoming a master in your own craft and impacting, so many lives around the world. So I'm excited to jump into segment 2, Kelly. We're here with Annette Rugolo. That's AnnetteRugolo.com. She's an environmental healer, soul coach, teacher, and author. And we'll be back for segment 2.
Do you or someone in your family suffer from nightmares? Is your home cluttered and you can't seem to clear it out? Your home or office may have low vibrational energy, and it could be impacting you and your family. Using the ancient techniques of dowsing, Master Dowser Annette Rugolo can raise the vibration of your home or office by identifying and curing stress lines and negative vortexes that may be creating disharmony in your home or office. Annette has over 20 years of dowsing experience and is passionate about creating high vibrational spaces for others to live and work. Contact Annette today at 612-394-3736 or AnnetteRugolo.com to schedule your free dowsing consultation. When you transform the energy of your environment, you transform your life. Remember, that's AnnetteRugolo.com. AnnetteRugolo.com.
Immerse yourself in an extraordinary day teeming with a diverse selection of products and services on November 11th at the Tavern at Greenhaven in Anoka. For just a $5 entry fee, you'll get all-day access to unique vendors and captivating speakers. Their vendors often include psychics, mediums, energy healers, essential oils, massage therapists, crystals, stones, jewelry, spiritual resources, tarot cards, and more. The Group Mediumship Gallery event features medium, intuitive, healer, and multidimensional communicator Ellie Cohen-Bovitz for just $25. Don't miss out on this amazing opportunity to observe remarkable connections and messages from the spiritual realm. Arrive early and be one of the first 25 guests through the door to receive a complimentary gift bag. Mark your calendars for November 11th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and prepare for a fun, educational day, perfect for the whole family at the Tavern at Greenhaven, located at 2800 Greenhaven Road in Anoka. For more information, head to BodyLabUSA.com. That's BodyLabUSA.com. They can't wait to see you there.
I might have to be the... And we're back. Hi, guys. Okay, so this is going to be an interactive segment. This is going to be fun. So please just go with our amazing science experiment. Okay, so what... Annette's going to douse the room. She's going to douse the studio. So you guys, you might see... So watch this on the funky side camera that you see. You're going to have Brian and myself giving the feedback, and then Annette's going to have pickup on the different mics. So this is, again, a truly interactive experience, but it's in real time, so it's going to be fantastic. Something I do want to let everybody know when we were talking about the space, during the break, we moved a chair out of the studio, and all of a sudden the studio felt a lot lighter. Annette, any feedback on just moving the chair out?
Yes. Well, it creates more openness and space. But think about people sitting here to be interviewed.
Right.
And all the nervousness, the anxiety, and everything absorbs energy.
And it's fabric. It's a woven fabric, so it even just like captures it. Yeah. And I bet that's a chair that was made in the 70s. So it has a lot of energy in it. Yeah. Okay, everybody. Okay. Just by moving, and the chair is only 2 feet away from us, but it just made a huge difference. Yep. Okay. This is gonna be fun.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna start.
You are gonna start.
Okay. So the first thing I do when I go into a space is I check the energy level. And I have a scale that says plus 10 or below is a beta brainwave, 11 to 21 is alpha, 22 to 32 is theta. 33 and above is delta. So I want to bring the brain wave, the energy of the space, up to a delta brain wave, because that's the energy level most people need to feel supported in their space.
And that's when you make Delta homes. It's getting
Yes.
that into that frequency and that wavelength.
Yes.
Got it.
Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is a small space. So that's why we can do this. I'm going to ask the energy level of this space. So I'm asking my dowsing rod, show me the energy level of this space. So it's a +8. I'm counting the rotation of my dowsing rod.
And
as
did
I'm
it
doing this.
stop when you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It just stops. So +8 tells me it is a beta brainwave. So when we're in this beta brainwave energy, it takes a lot of our energy to stay above it. So it's pulling us down.
I'm seeing like cement blocks to
Yeah.
our feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do,
Now, why would a space be at 8?
I'll show you.
Okay.
Okay. That's what we're going to
I'm
do.
very inquisitive.
Yeah, we're going to find everything that's creating that +8 and change it.
Okay.
Okay. So the first thing I like to do is ask, is there a negative vortex in this space? No. Negative vortex and positive vortexes are created by ley lines in the etheric field of the earth. Okay. Is there a positive vortex? There's actually a positive vortex. And it's over in the corner. Okay. So I'm going to use, I'm not even going to go there, but I always bring, it's a quantum energy ring with me. And when I place this on the floor with the intention of it opening up a portal, it creates a portal.
Okay, what's a portal?
A portal is a connection to the fourth and fifth dimension.
Okay.
Okay? So I'm going to place this down with the intention of it being a portal. Okay? So this is what I use for space clearing. And I'm going to go through this very quickly. So I work with light frequencies. This is techniques I learned from the Inner Diamond. So I'm going to go through this very quickly again. I'm calling in crystalline white light to fill the space with universal prana. I want to protect the space, so I'm calling in royal blue light around this room. I'm calling in the rose light of love and support around and beneath the room. And now I'm going to bring in violet light, and I'm going to move this violet light like a very gentle tornado through the space. I call it my energetic dust buster.
I saw scrubbing bubbles.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. So it's like it kind of starts lifting up that dust, that energetic dust, and this portal attracts it. It's like a magnet, and it brings it in, releases it, it transforms it to light. We're not sending our dirt somewhere else to be cleared. It transforms it to light, and it releases as light back into the universe. I bring in 3 frequencies: the violet, the white, bringing in the white, and the emerald green for healing. Those are the 3 colors. And that's where I always start. Okay? So
You guys should feel the studio. It's like,
it's moving.
it's moving.
Right? So I love this. So then, I'm going to go through this really fast. The next thing I look for is geopathic stress. So the next lines I'm going to douse for are, I call them where the source of these lines come from. So geopathic stress is underground water, underground fault lines. So they're under our houses, they're under our offices, and they affect us. They're low vibrational frequencies that pull us down. So I'm going to ask, how many geopathic stress? 1, 2. So this is what, even with this positive vortex, having 4 geopathic stress lines in this space is really pulling this energy down. Okay? I'm going to take the headphones off.
Take the headphones off. And I will tell people when I started to work at the station, I would leave and I would want to go and drink a beer out of a plastic cup and smoke a cigarette, and I don't do either. So the fact that you're dialing in with this, and also everybody, I bring Florida water with me every time I come here just to kind of clear it out, because this, oh, here she goes. Okay, sorry, you guys you're missing. Well, you're gonna be able to see on that other camera.
Yeah.
She's walking around the room.
So I'm finding, so my dowsing rods, I'm asking, show me the first geopathic stress. There's one over here. And these are the cures that are activated with the intention of curing geopathic stress. They're also activated with a late frequency. These are royal blue. So there was one over here, there's one over there. Show me the third. Oh, you're sitting in a geopathic stress.
Yay!
Okay, so pay attention to see how you feel as that's clear.
Oh, that was an ugly face.
So that was the third one.
Oh,
Show me the fourth one.
I mean, these rods are just going. They're like they're like little arrows. Oh, there goes another one. Brian, are you having fun?
Always.
Okay, so that's geopathic stress. Next thing I ask for is interference line. So again, the source of the interference is EMF. Satellite dishes, cell phone towers, everything that has a signal, okay? And once it comes in to a space, I always think of it as like a fly that can't get out. So we have this bouncing off the wall energy. It affects our brain waves, okay? So I'm going to ask, are there interference lines? Yes. How many? We have 3 interference lines. And again, the dowsing rod is just, show me where the first one is. I'm asking where they are so I can cure them, okay? So show me the first. So a lot of times they'll come in through windows, openings. Show me where the second one is.
And for anyone that's listening on the radio, she just went right over to a window, and now she's right by me.
And it comes in through light switch. Oh, okay, I have to stand in the center. This one's over here. Okay, so I've cured 4 geopathic stress, 3 interference. Now I can check the energy. I'm going to just stop and check it again. Show me the energy level of this room. It's already at a plus 24. Okay?
I started to get a little baby headache when you were doing that. I kind of went,
Yeah.
okay.
So it clears out as, people that are sensitive to energy as I'm dousing their space, they feel the shift happening. And especially when we live or work in a space that's so dense, we absorb that energy for ourselves. So as the light is coming in, as the vibration raises, it's releasing energy from your own energy field.
Now, are you doing just this studio, or are you getting the whole station?
Nope, just doing
this
this
space.
one room.
Okay.
Just this one room. Doing the whole studio would be awesome for everybody who works here.
Who comes here?
Yeah.
Okay, Chad, you know how to find her.
So then there is something called personal interference lines. So it's a frequency, it's like interference line, but it just affects me or you. It's personal to us. So I'm going to check with you to see if Kelly has any personal interference lines. So I'm going to ask the question, does Kelly have any personal interference? Yes. How many? You have 2. So this is where I'm going to ask you to just really, you can even close your eyes and feel the shift as I do this, okay? So a lot of times it's right next to where the interference line is coming in. And show me where the second. How did that feel?
Amazing. I feel lighter. My shoulders were really heavy, and it's almost like they just dropped.
Yeah.
So I didn't get the headache that I did when you were having that, when you originally were setting the
Interference.
Interference, right.
So a lot of times when I go into a space with a lot of interference lines, I will get an instant headache. And those interference line energies, they create allergy-like symptoms and headaches. So that's typical.
Okay.
Okay. The last two lines I look for is something called negative Hartman and Curry. Negative Hartman and Curry, they're natural flowing magnetic lines around the earth. But when we add electricity on top of the lines pick up the current of electricity and sends it through the space. So I'm going to ask, is there negative Hartman in this room? Yes, just one. Negative Curry? Yes. There's one of each. Okay? So every cure is activated with the intention of what we're curing, but it's also, we'll talk about the light activations that are used as well, and the light activation raises the vibration of the space. If it was just curing, it would be kind of flat and neutral,
Right.
but because these light frequencies have been added to these cures, this is what raises the vibration of a space. Okay? So I'm going to ask, show me where to cure. So this area right here, it's so interesting. There's outlets. It's a
See if I can
negative.
get this down on the camera so everyone can see. There's the outlets.
Oh, yeah. Let me get my purse. So here's the outlet. There's an interference, personal interference for Kelly, but it's also where we cure a negative Hartman line as well. Okay.
Okay.
So where's
Sorry, you guys. I am not a cameraman, but I'm doing the best I can to keep you guys like totally in the mix on what we're doing. Oh, she's in another part of the room.
There's one over here, and we'll just leave it there.
Okay.
So we're going to be picking all of those up because I can't leave it here.
Okay.
But just for demonstration, I wanted to show that. So that is, so let's do a final energy level check. So after all the dowsing, show me the energy level of the space. Now I'm going to ask in twos. 2, 4.
And it's still going.
36.
Nice.
Okay. That is now a delta brain space, and it's now supporting us instead of pulling us down. Okay? And that's the dowsing I do. This is a really quick demonstration, of course, but when I douse a house, I love dousing the whole property.
Right.
Because geopathic stress can affect trees, it can affect gardens, plants, animals. So it's a much broader concept, but you get the idea.
Oh my goodness. Okay, you guys. How did you do that exactly in 16 minutes? I mean, you did it perfectly. You couldn't have done it better. Brian, do you want to bring us out?
Well, that was very exciting all the way here from Boston. Can't wait to hear your reactions and experience, Kelly. And we'll be back with segment 3 and Annette Rugolo. See you soon.
Is your space aligned with your dreams? Do you feel inspired when you walk in the door? Carol Hyder can help you create a space that you love, where you thrive, and where you always want to be. Using her 29 years of experience as a feng shui consultant, teacher, author, and trainer, she can help you bring forth the inspired essence of your home or office, making a place where you feel whole and safe. Learn the specific feng shui adjustments that Carol has seen as the most important, such as determining which room in your home should be your favorite, why your stove may be affecting your health, and why your office may be holding you back. Contact Carol at 612-823-5433 888-888-5093 or carolhyder.com to discuss the specifics with a personal appointment. By elevating the energy of your space, it becomes sacred and you will be forever changed. Contact Carol at Carol Hyder, that's CarolHyder.com.
Attention, curious practitioners in the realm of transformative experiences, holistic wellness, intuitive guidance, and metaphysical arts. Are you ready to expand your horizons and take your practice to new heights? Join the Edge Partner Directory, where your expertise can shine and your services can transform lives. We are dedicated to creating a community of practitioners who are as curious and passionate as you are about guiding others on their journeys of self-discovery, healing, and growth. As a member of the Edge Partner Directory, you will connect with a network of like-minded practitioners who share your curiosity and passion for exploring the depths of human potential, and showcase your unique offerings to a diverse audience of seekers actively looking for transformative experiences here, there, and everywhere. Embrace your curiosity and take the next step in your practice's journey to becoming an Edge partner. Learn more at edgedirectory.net. Again, go to edgedirectory.net.
And welcome back, everyone. This is the Being Curious Show. There's Kelly. I'm Brian. We're here with Annette Rugolo. So, Kelly, you were there. You experienced everything. Go for it.
Oh my gosh, I'm tingly. And it feels lovely. And that was an express one. Oh my goodness. I did notice when we brought the chair in, we brought it back so Annette could sit. And she put it in the portal to kind of clear it up a little bit. So is the chair feeling better?
It is.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it needs a little bit more.
I'm sure it does, but that's okay. Okay, so tell us more. So where is that a normal experience that you have? I mean, did this space have I don't understand the numbers that you said, but we started at 8, then we went to 24, then we went to 36.
Yeah.
And then I had some personal stuff around me, which thank you for having the fixes still here. That feels nice. And the portal still open.
Yeah.
Give me a snapshot of your expert opinion on how this dowsing express went.
Oh, easy. Well, it's a small space, so it
drank it up.
Yeah, it drank it up, yeah. Most spaces that I go in to douse are beta brainwave homes spaces. If there was a negative vortex in this space, it would be a minus energy level. And there are some people that have 1, 2, sometimes 3 negative vortexes in their house, and they don't realize how it is impacting them. There's nightmares, night terrors, depression, anxiety, and this is. I became so passionate after taking the dowsing class of seeing the effects, the changes.
I'm feeling like this radiation right here as everything is like set. It's a totally different frequency, and it's hard to describe to people on air.
So think about, I always describe it as people living in a valley, and think about going up to a mountain. A lot of times people go to Pikes Peak or Banff or, this mountaintop somewhere. That's the prana we're creating as we douse this space.
I do. I feel like I'm kind of going to altitude.
Yeah, it is. So I love working with people that are sensitive to energy, and they feel as I'm placing the cures, it's like, oh, it's like there's a breeze coming into the space, or there's, they feel, sometimes the space feels lighter. It looks lighter because we're releasing that dense energy. And this is where people, there's so many experiences I can tell you about what's happened when I douse people's spaces.
Do you have a favorite example or a favorite story?
Yeah. There's 2. So somebody was actually at the dowsing class, and we learned about geopathic stress, underground water, underground fault lines. She moved into this house 15 years ago, had a headache, started getting migraines. She went to the doctors, everything to try to clear it. She went home, found 2 geopathic stress lines that crossed under her pillow. She doused, and she woke up the next morning without a headache.
Wow.
That sold me instantly. I learned how to douse, and I practiced on my daughter's house first. They had just moved into a house 6 months before I learned how to douse. I had a 4-year-old grandson at the time, and he started having terrible tantrums. So, doused her house, found a negative vortex in his bedroom. He was sleeping right next to it. So 4-year-olds, they can feel the energy. He absolutely didn't want to go into his room. He didn't want to go to bed. I cured the negative vortex, and tantrums went away, and he loved his room. I change negative vortexes to positive. And again, these are created by ley lines in the etheric field. We have an etheric field around the earth, and those ley lines, when they shift out of a perfect 90-degree angle, they create this downward flow of energy. And so when that happens, I always know when somebody has night terrors, nightmares, depression, that there's usually a negative vortex in that house. So those are the two huge things that happen for me.
So Annette, that kind of is a perfect setup for the question I had from the first and second segment, and that is really, you've described these energies as dense, as stuck, and you've related that people could have headaches or nightmares or uncomfortability and a million other symptoms.
Yeah.
Have you ever had the experience of getting into a battle with dense or stuck energy, or have you ever had the sense that, I'm going to use the word like evil, have you ever had the sense that you're battling against something, or that is it just energy and that's kind of this neutral thing that you know how to deal with, or do you feel like you're ever in a battle with any of those forces?
That's a really good question.
That's a great question, Brian.
Good question. So when I go in to douse a house, these are all lower vibrational energies created by underground water, or fault lines, EMF, all of that kind of stuff. That is an easy stuff. So what you're asking about is space clearing. And I call it space clearing. It's clearing the space, right? Whatever spirits are there, whatever souls are stuck. I wrote a book, Soul Whisperer, Releasing Lost Souls, that talks more about that. But there are also, very, I would say, negative energy, very dense, dark energies. I don't want to go much more into this, but I've had clearings of demon energy. So there are there's entities that are here from other dimensions that I've also worked with. So there are some dark, dark energies. Over the years, I've been teaching dowsing classes for since 2006, I became certified. I have a group of people that have taken the space clearing, the dowsing classes, and we now have a group that I can call on to, I don't do that kind of work alone. It takes a lot, I don't want to say a lot, 2 or more people to connect their lights to work with that kind of energy. We need a lot of strength.
I'm seeing Ghostbusters in the first one and the final scene when they're up on there and they're like, don't cross the streams, but they cross the streams and all of a sudden it works.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah. So it's like, that's not something I do on my own even. But over time I've gathered a wonderful group of people that are very powerful.
So you teach virtual and in-person classes, soul sessions, space clearing, dowsing, and then you also have products, your energy rings. Tell us more about the energy rings that you have, because you have one in on your chair, and then you have one that opened the portal. I have one in my office chair that I absolutely love. Tell us about the energy rings.
So the energy rings are based on Egyptian cubit measurements. It's half cubit, 1.5 cubit, 2 cubit, all of that. They are 100% copper, and they are activated. The quantum energy rings are activated with the 24 frequencies of light from the inner diamond. So there's 12 masculine, 12 feminine frequencies. They come from the center of the universe, and I do these activations. When I was working with Marie in California before 2012, I trained to activate these rings. So when you sit in one of these rings, it creates, it's like your own personal positive vortex. So it totally uplifts you to this higher dimensional frequency. It also creates balance in your energy field. So we're here to balance our brain waves, balance our energy field, masculine and feminine. So these rings are beautiful at creating this balance and connection. So it's like carrying your own mountaintop energy with you wherever you go.
Now you have different sizes.
Yes.
What does the size do?
The size, it doesn't do anything other than the uses. So, like, for instance, I have a medium energy ring under the seat of my car. So I want to stay alert and balanced while I'm driving. And knock on wood, haven't had an accident since I started using this, right? The large rings are for opening portals, right? A lot of people like sleeping in them because it really uplifts them to this higher vibration while they sleep. There's arm rings. I call them arm rings. Based on the size of your arm, you push them up your arm as far as they go. But these are great for people that do a lot of computer work or handiwork and use their hands a lot, basically.
I'll put mine over and I'll just put it right here during the day if I have a lot going on.
Yeah. So a lot of times when I'm going into, especially a doused house, and when I'm dowsing and I know it's heavy energy, I will wear one of those. So I'm staying in this uplifting field as I'm dowsing the house. A lot of times if I'm traveling, I'll take it on the airplane. You can sit on it, and it goes through security just fine.
Oh, I was going to ask you. And
Yeah.
the people, when you sit down, when you put your ring down, do people just kind of look at you for a moment? Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
But they kind of benefit from it too.
Oh, yeah.
See, everybody wins.
Yeah, everybody wins. But when you're flying with it, it just keeps out, I call it like a filter. It filters out all of that lower vibrational energy around you, and it protects you.
You guys, everyone needs one. And we can get them on your website, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, and her website again is ANNETTERUGOLO.com. Perfect. Do you have any classes or anything like that coming up?
Yes. I'm starting to teach. I have been teaching a lot of Zoom classes since COVID. I'm teaching my first in-person. It's in November. It's at a nature center. Can't remember which one.
It's
on
okay.
my website. But it's in November, and I'm doing an afternoon of teaching about negative and positive vortexes and an afternoon of teaching about geopathic stress. These are earth energies that really affect us. The others are all man-made energies, EMF, negative Hartman-Curry lines. But I really want to have people be in a space, sleep in a space especially, without geopathic stress lines or without negative vortexes.
That's beautiful. Brian, we got to get you one of those. You do. I like sit on it. I'm like, boop, 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 boop. I'm really sensitive, but I think even just the average person, when you just kind of make that as a part of your...
So I was at an expo. It's so wonderful. I love having these energy rings at expos. So a woman came up and said, I was telling her about the energy rings. She said, well, I have a really bad back. Will it help my back? I said, well, let's try it. So there was a chair there, put an energy ring at her back. She was sitting with the energy ring behind her. Sitting there for 5 minutes, she got up and said, my back pain's gone.
You're like, of course it is.
Of course it is. Yeah, of course, right? So it's so fun to see what these energy rings do. People that are sensitive to computers or EMF energy, they sit in that and they're not affected. Again, it creates a filter. So they're not affected by that energy.
Oh, it's just so much fun.
Oh my!
You guys, I could geek out for hours, but we have to wrap it up. Did you think that was 48 minutes?
No.
See?
15.
15? Okay, great. Yeah, it was. Okay, you guys. Annette is magical, and I'm so glad that you were here, and thank you so much. And everybody that's going to be using this space afterwards is thanking you, right? Which is great. Annette's website, again, just check it out. Be curious. Is ANNETTERUGOLO.com. She is a partner of Edge Magazine, so check out the latest edition. She has a beautiful article in that. And her email address, just in case you want to reach out or you might be curious with a question, ARUGOLO04@gmail.com. Annette is oh my gosh, she's got her classes, her soul sessions, space clearing, dowsing, her energy rings, essence, and more. So much. Check her out. This has been an amazing experience. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Kelly. It's been awesome.
Yay! Okay, you guys, the Being Curious Show. I'm Kelly. That's Brian. Today was with Annette, and it was amazing. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you soon.
Bye, Brian.